Ladies, build gorilla strength without bulking. Empower your body now. Imagine unleashing raw, unstoppable power that tones your curves, boosts your energy, and makes you feel invincible, all while shattering those outdated fears holding you back. Stick around. I've got the proof and the plan that works. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Pump Room Podcast, where we dive headfirst into bodybuilding, raw strength training, and that ironclad mindset that turns average days into epic victories. I'm your host, Dr. Aris Thorne, a professional in the trenches of fitness science and real-world transformations. Today, we're zeroing in on a topic that's going to flip the script for so many of you incredible women out there. Adapting the Big 5 compound lifts to harness gorilla-level strength in a way that's perfectly tuned to your feminine physique and lifestyle. Picture this: strength that doesn't just build muscle, but sculpts it elegantly. Power that enhances your natural curves without adding unwanted bulk, and resilience that carries you through everything from hectic workdays to family adventures. If you've ever stood in front of a mirror, poking at areas you wish were firmer, or scrolled through social media seeing ripped guys dominating the weights and thought, "That's not my world, I'll end up looking like them," then this episode is your wake-up call. Those old-school myths about women and weights, they're based on outdated bro science that ignores how our bodies uniquely respond to training. Women have incredible potential for strength. Think agile, powerful gorillas swinging through the jungle with grace and might, without the fear of bulking up if we train smart. In fact, studies show that women can gain significant strength with less hypertrophy risk due to our hormonal profiles, leading to toned, functional bodies that feel amazing. But let's be real, the barriers are there. Intimidation in male-dominated gyms, confusion over hormone fluctuations messing with your energy, or just not knowing where to start without risking injury or frustration. Today, we're dismantling all that. We'll kick off by busting those gender-specific myths wide open. Then I'll guide you through each of the 5 adapted lifts, drawing inspiration from the world's tallest skyscrapers to symbolize building unshakable foundations. For each one, expect deep dives into the how-tos, real-life stories from women who've conquered their doubts, science-backed benefits, variations for every level, and tips to sidestep common pitfalls. We'll weave in hormone harmony strategies to sync your training with your cycle, nutrition nuggets to fuel your gains, and mindset shifts to keep you motivated. By the end, you'll have a customizable routine that's not just effective, but life-changing, proving that feminine power is about owning your strength on your terms. If this sounds like the breakthrough you've been waiting for, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's get into it. Share in the comments, what's your biggest hurdle with strength training? Your stories fuel this community. All right, let's build that gorilla strength together, starting now. Before we jump into the lifts, let's clear the air on those persistent myths that hold so many women back from embracing true strength. Myth number 1, lifting heavy will make me bulky. Ladies, this couldn't be further from the truth. Bulk comes from extreme calorie surpluses and specific training protocols aimed at maximum hypertrophy. Think bodybuilders eating 5,000 calories a day. For most women, compound lifts like the ones we're adapting today promote lean muscle that defines and tones, thanks to lower natural testosterone levels. Research from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning shows women gain strength faster relative to muscle size compared to men, meaning you get powerful without the puffed-up look. Myth 2, strength training isn't feminine. Who defines feminine anyway? Strength is about capability, carrying your groceries up 3 flights, playing with your kids without tiring, or feeling confident in your skin. Gorillas, our inspiration here, embody raw power with fluid movement. Females are just as formidable, protecting their troops with grace and ferocity. Translating that to you, these adaptations ensure you build power that enhances your femininity, not diminishes it. Myth number 3, I can't do this because of my hormones.
Hormones are your allies, not enemies. Estrogen supports joint health and recovery, while progesterone can influence energy. We'll cover how to time your workouts around your cycle for peak performance. And for perimenopausal or postmenopausal listeners, strength training boosts bone density and combats sarcopenia, keeping you vibrant. Real talk, I've worked with hundreds of women who thought their biology was a barrier, only to discover it's a superpower when understood. One client, a 45-year-old executive, turned her irregular cycles into a training advantage by logging moods and adjusting intensity, resulting in consistent progress and fewer mood swings. If you're nodding along, know this: knowledge is your first lift. Let's move to the foundations. Height, 530 meters, 1,739 feet. All right, let's anchor this episode with the squat, the undisputed queen of lower body exercises, much like the Tianjin CTF Finance Center, standing tall as a beacon of integrated strength in China's skyline. This 530-meter marvel isn't just height, it's a fusion of offices, shops, and hotels, symbolizing how squats unite your quads, glutes, hamstrings, calves, and core into a powerhouse base that supports everything else. But here's the core problem we're solving. For many women, weak lower bodies lead to everyday struggles: knee pain from stairs, fatigue from standing all day, or that frustrating lack of lift in your backside that no amount of cardio fixes. Squats address this by building functional strength that translates to real life, while debunking the fear that they'll make your thighs too big. When programmed right, they sculpt and slim, burning calories long after your workout. Let's meet Sarah again, but dive deeper into her journey. At 42, post 2 pregnancies, her legs felt like jelly. "Dr. Thorne, I can't even squat without my knees caving in," she confessed during our first session. We started with assessments, checking her ankle mobility, hip flexibility, and posture. Turns out, tight hips from sitting at her desk job were the culprit. Solution? Begin with bodyweight air squats to groove the pattern. Stand with feet slightly wider than shoulders, toes turned out 15 degrees for comfort. Women often have wider hips, so this feels natural. Engage your core like you're bracing for a hug, then sit back as if lowering into an invisible chair, keeping your chest up and knees tracking over your toes. Push through your heels to stand, squeezing your glutes at the top. Sarah did 3 sets of 15, twice a week, focusing on breath. Inhale down, exhale up.
Within 2 weeks, she reported less knee ache and more energy. Progressing, we added goblet squats. Hold a dumbbell vertically at your chest. Start with 10 to 20 pounds based on comfort, which counters forward lean and engages the upper back. Form tip: if your heels lift, place small plates under them for elevation. Science here: squats elevate your metabolic rate by 15 to 20% for hours post-exercise, aiding fat loss around the legs. For hormones, they stimulate IGF-1 release, which supports muscle repair and balances estrogen, reducing bloating during your cycle. But what about variations? For beginners or those with joint issues, try box squats. Lower to a bench or box behind you for controlled depth. Builds confidence without overstraining. Advanced? Front squats with a barbell shift emphasis to quads for that toned look. Common mistakes? Rounding the back. Keep a neutral spine by looking forward, not down. Or going too heavy too soon. Ego lifting leads to form breakdown and injury. Sarah's big win? After 3 months, she squatted her body weight, dropped 2 pant sizes, and chased her toddlers effortlessly. "I feel like a gorilla mom, strong and agile," she laughed. If you're dealing with similar issues, pause here. Stand up, try 5 air squats. Feel that activation? That's your base awakening. To deepen this, let's talk applications. In daily life, strong squats mean better balance on uneven surfaces, like hiking or playing sports. Nutrition tie-in? Post-squat, refuel with a protein shake, 20 to 30 grams of whey or plant-based, plus carbs like a banana to replenish glycogen without spiking insulin too hard. Mindset shift? View squats as empowerment, not punishment. Visualize yourself as that skyscraper, unmovable yet elegant.
Questions I get? What if I have bad knees? Modify with partial range or use resistance bands for support. How often? Aim for 2 to 3 sessions weekly, with rest days to recover. Sarah's proof isn't just physical. Her confidence soared, spilling into her career where she negotiated a promotion. This lift solves the weak foundation problem by giving you legs that carry you anywhere. Height, 528 meters, 1,732 feet. Shifting gears to the deadlift, your ultimate rise-up move, echoing the China Zun in Beijing, a 528-meter tower shaped like an ancient Zun vessel, representing enduring strength amid urban chaos. This lift is a game-changer for your posterior chain, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, and even your grip, creating that pulled-together posture that exudes confidence. The massive value here, it tackles the epidemic of back pain and poor alignment from modern life, hours hunched over phones or desks, leading to sciatica, slouching, and low energy. Women especially benefit as deadlifts strengthen the core without crunches, slimming the waistline while building a perky posterior. No more flat butt complaints. This creates curves that pop. Lisa's story expands. At 35, her corporate job had her in constant discomfort, back twinges shooting down her legs, making even walking painful. Deadlifts sound scary, like I'll snap something, she worried. We demystified it with Form Check. Romanian deadlifts first, using 2 kettlebells or dumbbells. Feet hip width, knees soft, not locked. Hinge at the hips like closing a door with your butt, keeping the weights close to your shins. Back flat, imagine a rod from head to tailbone. Lower until you feel a hamstring stretch, then drive hips forward to stand, clenching glutes like you're pinching a penny. Lisa started with 10 pounds per hand, 3 sets of 10, emphasizing the eccentric or lowering phase for muscle control. Results kicked in fast. Her posture corrected, reducing headaches, and she lifted laundry baskets without a wince. Physiologically, deadlifts fortify the spinal erectors, improving stability and releasing dopamine for that "I got this" vibe. Hormonally, they balance cortisol by promoting recovery, ideal during high-stress luteal phases. Variations abound. Conventional deadlifts for full power, barbell from the floor, or sumo stance for inner thigh emphasis, which many women prefer for hip comfort. For home setups, use trap bars or even heavy bags. Pitfalls? Pulling with your back instead of legs. Cue hips back first. Or rounding shoulders. Roll them back like spreading wings. Integrate deadlifts into chores. Think proper form when picking up kids. Nutrition? Pair with omega-3s from fish or supplements to lubricate joints. Mindset? Deadlifts teach resilience. Each rep is overcoming gravity, mirroring life's pulls. Listener Q&A simulation? I'm pregnant. Can I deadlift? Yes. Modified versions up to second trimester with doc approval. What weight to start? Whatever allows perfect form for reps. Progress gradually. Lisa now deadlifts 135 pounds, her back pain a distant memory, and she's mentoring friends. This solves the drag down feeling by lifting you literally and figuratively. Height, 492 meters, 1,614 feet. Now, let's press forward with the bench press, commanding your upper body, like Shanghai's World Financial Center, a 492-meter trapezoidal giant engineered for unyielding stability against winds. This exercise hits your pectoralis, deltoids, triceps, and stabilizers, addressing the flabby arms and weak push issues that plague women from desk work or aging. It builds that elegant upper body tone for sleeveless confidence while boosting overall power for pushes like strollers or doors. Myth bust? It won't flatten your chest. Moderate reps enhance shape. Emily's deeper dive. 52, teaching for 30 years, her arms lacked definition and pushing shopping carts fatigued her. Bench press? I'll look silly in the gym, she feared. We began with incline dumbbell presses, bench at 30 to 45 degrees for shoulder safety. Lie back, feet flat, dumbbells at chest sides, palms forward. Press up in an arc, squeezing at the top, lower controlled. Emily used 8-pounders initially, 3 sets of 12, breathing out on the press. Progress, added reps, then weight, noticing firmer arms and better posture. Bone health bonus, presses increase density, vital against osteoporosis. Hormonally, they spike endorphins, combating mood dips. Variations, flat bench for chest focus or machine presses for guided paths. Mistakes, flaring elbows, keep at 45 degrees, or bouncing weights, full stop at chest. Applications, stronger hugs or easier yoga planks. Fuel, collagen peptides post-workout for joint support. Mindset, own the bench like a throne. Questions, shoulder pain, drop incline or use resistance bands. How often? 2 to 3 sessions weekly with rest days to recover. Sarah's proof isn't just physical. Her confidence soared, spilling into her career where she negotiated a promotion. This lift solves the weak foundation problem by giving you legs that carry you anywhere. Height, 530 meters, 1,739 feet. Elevating next, the overhead press, reaching new heights like Guangzhou's CTF Finance Center, a 530-meter aerodynamic wonder slicing through obstacles. This targets shoulders, upper chest, triceps, and core, addressing neck tension and limited overhead mobility from daily habits like typing. It creates sculpted delts for that V-taper without broadening excessively. Rachel's extended tail, 48 shoulder knots from bag carrying. Overhead hurts my neck, she said. Seated presses, back supported, dumbbells at ears, press straight up, lock briefly, lower. Started light, 3 sets of 10. Gains, pain-free reaches, defined shoulders. Mechanics, strengthens rotators, prevents impingements. Cycle sync, lighter during PMS. Variations, Arnold presses for rotation or pike push-ups. Errors, arching back, engage abs. Daily wins, easier cabinet access. Supplements, vitamin D for bone aid. Mindset, reach for goals. Q&A, bad shoulders, therapy bands first. Rachel's peak, yoga mastery, elevated life. Height, 599 meters, 1,965 feet. Pulling it together, rows or pull-ups, like Shenzhen's 599-meter ping-on with its stabilizing tech. Builds back, biceps, solving hunch and weakness. Mia's journey, 29, screen slouch. Bent over rows, pull to ribs, transformed posture, energy. Benefits, circulation boost. Variations, seated rows. Mistakes, jerking. Ties all, cohesive strength. Sync lifts with cycles, heavy follicular, light luteal. Nutrition, balanced macros. Recovery, sleep, mobility. Full routine, 3 times a week. Sequence lifts. Track, adjust. You've got it. Share, subscribe. Forge ahead.